Yo, what's up? Just a little quick impromptu live on my way home from work because I know that I didn't do my lunchtime chat. So I want to apologize to everybody. It was a cold day out there. Just wanted to talk about a couple things before. Let me see. Is that any better? I don't know. I guess it's a little better. Wanted to talk about a couple things regarding last night's Eagle game and what I've been hearing all day. What's up, Lord Nova? Lord Nova's been hearing it. Lord Nova's been hearing it. What's up, buddy? Mike Aldana, what up? I'll leave the lights on. I don't know if that's any better. I don't know why. That's weird, but yeah. So over it. What up? It's very, very funny to me. I'll try and read if I can. So yeah, well, it's good evening here. As you see, it's dark outside. What's up, Lady Libra? How are you? Sorry I didn't have my lunchtime chat. That's on me. I was trying to get done before the dark. Still under the weather, but I'm not horrible. I jumped right on the antibiotics, so I think that's good. Just heard from Mark Holmes. He wants to do something later, but it'll probably be a recording. I've heard that before, but we'll see, Mark. Maybe Mark will follow through. What up, Eddie B? I didn't see you last night, but I will say this. Speaking about that, Eddie, actually, I want to go to Backway. I'm going to go to Backway because I'm driving with my lights on. So, the media is coming down on Jalen Hurts. The whole thing with Jalen Hurts, like I said, I'll look at the chat when I can. I am driving. Jalen Hurts, if you guys remember the flu game with Michael Jordan, he got all caught up in that. And instead of making the easy play, because make no mistake, there were guys open. He chose to go for the home run, not once but twice, and it bit him in the you know what. He decided to go for the long ball instead of taking the underneath. They only needed 15 yards to get into field goal range. So that's on Jalen Hurts. That was an issue. That was clearly an issue. But he wanted to be the Michael Jordan. And these young players don't know what they don't know. Michael, even if you would have won, you ain't gonna be Michael Jordan. You were the favorite in the game. I think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I like the kid. I really do like Jalen Hurts. But come on now. Yeah, I can't read that. It's a lot, Eddie. I'm driving, but it looks like, but yeah. Jalen Hurts wanted to be Michael Jordan and save the day, like on the flu, and have everybody talk about it. Excuse me. But do you believe that he basically threw his teammates under the bus? Lord Nova, he threw his teammates under the bus as the people aren't taking it serious. And now you have A.J. Brown taking to Twitter, ripping the fans. It gets toxic here real fast. Lord Nova will tell you. It gets toxic real quick. Twiz will even tell you. They're actually calling for, Brad, they're actually calling for some fans. They're calling for Marcus Mariota to play. I told Mark this. I said, Mark, I don't have time to do a video today. I don't know if he did a video, but I told Mark to do a video. They're calling him Jalen Wentz. I kid you not. They're calling Jalen Hurts Jalen Wentz. That's not fair. Sorry, I don't think that's fair. I think that's BS. What's up, Thomas Garrett? Do you believe they're calling Jalen Hurts Jalen Wentz here in the Delaware Valley? Crazy, crazy, crazy. I think it's nuts. I think it's crazy. But yeah, they're like some people are calling for Marcus Mariota, but they didn't like him and his, trying to be a hero last night. Here's a thought. So over it. Here's a thought. Don't run Jalen. He had the friggin' flu or whatever he had. I don't know what he had. COVID, the flu, COVID symptoms, flu symptoms. It doesn't matter. They quarantined him from the rest of the team and flew him by himself with a doctor giving him IVs. So whatever he had wasn't great, right? But dude's got his high beams on. Really, bro? What are we doing here? Idiots, man. But yet they run him like, they run him and run him and run him and run him. Listen, I told you guys last week that in order for the Eagles to be successful, Jalen Hurts would have to be ran a lot. And it almost worked last night against a backup quarterback. I didn't think Seattle played well at all. Didn't think they played well at all. So definitely a different Seattle team than what we faced at AT&T. But it's amazing how everything is falling apart. So, but I have an interesting thing. I was watching Talking Cowboys on Dallas I was listening to it. I wasn't really watching it on DallasCowboys.com or on YouTube. The Dallas still can get a load of this. As long as the Eagles lose one more game, Game Time Brian, I've heard about the fans up in Philly. Dude, they're brutal. They're brutal. They eat their own. But check this out real quick. The playoff scenario. As long as Dallas doesn't lose against Washington Commanders, if Dallas doesn't lose against Washington but wins the other two, as long as they don't lose the Commander game, they have to beat the Commanders and either Detroit or Miami. It doesn't matter. They could lose to Detroit. They could beat Miami, lose to Detroit, but they have to beat Washington. If the Eagles lose one more, we win the division. How everything breaks down, we could still lose again as long as it's not Washington and as the Eagles lose one. What up, Twiz? Do you believe? Hey, Twiz, I was just telling everybody how toxic these fans are down here. They're literally, some fans are calling for Marcus Mariota. The media is ripping Jalen Hurts for his gunslinger, trying to beat Michael Jordan with the flu. And instead of taking the underneath guy that was wide open for the field goal to tie the game and go into overtime, they were trying to play hero ball. And they called him Jalen Wentz today on the radio. Jalen Wentz. It's ridiculous. So, I don't know. But, yeah, I was surprised that if both teams lose another game, Dallas wins the division. As of now, if they both win out, Eagles win. But if Dallas loses let's say Dallas loses against Miami, as long as we beat Washington, and the Eagles would have to lose one, then I thought we had to win out. We do not have to win out. If the Eagles lose one more, which they could, the way they're falling apart right now, and they're all infighting, they have a serious, serious problem. What's up, Willie Vassar? I'm driving, so I can't really look at the comments too much. But when I get home in my driveway, I'll talk and I'll look. My wife's on her way to the airport to pick up her sister to bring her. My in-laws are not doing well. So, and then I just found out my Jeep, my son took my Jeep to I just paid it off too about 6 months ago. He took it to work this morning and the transmission went $4,000. So I think I'm chalking that one up. I think I'm gonna scrap it. So it's crazy. Merry Christmas to game time. But anyway, getting back to the Eagles and the Cowboys. Yeah, I think we win. I think we need this Miami game big time. We do. We need this Miami team in the worst way. We need to win. We can't lose back to back. So I expect us to win on Christmas Eve. I'll probably be streaming it just because. I know it's Christmas Eve. Don't hate me, people. I'm going to my sister's for Christmas dinner, but Christmas Eve, I'm going to be watching the game. Why not stream it? You know? I don't know. Stay tuned for it, but there's a good chance I'll be streaming the game. You know, my boys are older. My oldest son will be out with his girlfriend and her family, so we'll probably just chill out at home. So why not stream the Cowboy game? So if you guys want to join me, that would be great. Knowing Mark, he'll be streaming too, so maybe we'll stream together. Yeah, man. Eddie B, it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. It's not good. I'd be lying if I said it was good. It's not. But it's what it is, man. But then, like I said, then my Jeep. It was a Jeep Cherokee. My son killed the transmission in it. It was I think it was a 2014. Kaput, loaded too, limited, but it's got 135,000 miles on it, so it's not worth putting $4,000 in it. So at least to me, I might scrap it. Whatever. If we lose to the Giants, it's over. Yeah. Oh yeah, Twiz. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? How are you? I just got a text from Prime Time and a text from Mark, so I don't know what they want, but Prime Time probably wants to thank me for his gift. So hope he liked it. I bought Prime Time a custom made Oregon Duck jersey with his name on it. He was a quarterback for the Ducks back in the day. So the only thing is they didn't have XL. So I got him a 2X. I wasn't getting a large, but I know he wears 2X shirts. So they only had mediums and 2Xs. And I think they had large too. I could have got him a large, but it's only fitting in a large. So I got him a 2X. I got him his number with his name on it. So I thought that was cool. Prime Time. He can display it if he wants, but it's kind of big. Maybe he can fold it back. But Brian, we need to get Micah off the line. Yeah. Well, did you see? I don't know if you were watching my live. Yes, Eddie B. That's about what we can do, man. I think my father-in-law is ready to go. He can't breathe. He can't breathe. He's on a lot of oxygen, and he's an ex-Marine, very active. He looks great, but I mean, he has a lung disease and it's tearing his ass up. My wife had a rush over there last night to something happened with his oxygen tank and he couldn't breathe, and his wife is in rehab, not doing well. I told my wife, you need to get her out, and she needs to be with her husband. God forbid he passes away with his wife in a hospital. It's not good. Thanks, Mr. Cowboy. I'm not doing it for sympathy. I'm an open book, you know. Some days are better than others. Both of my parents are gone, so my brother, he's long past. So all I got is my sister. I'm actually going to stream. I'm going to do some video from my sister's house on Christmas Day. I'll introduce you to my sister. That's all I have left is my sister and that I talk to, and my immediate family. So you guys are like my family. So that's one thing Mark did say. If you do YouTube, you get attached to your people. You know, I get used to seeing certain names in the chat, and when I don't see them, I get concerned. I was like, well, you know, where's this person or where's that person? So it's weird. I don't know. I never thought I'd be that way, but I am. So, what's up, Isaac? How you doing, my man? I'm pulling. I'm pulling home now, so I'll be able to sit in the driveway for a few minutes. I'll be able to read the chat. Oh, good. The lights are on. I'll show you my lights. I'll show you my outside lights. Not many people on my street have lights, so I live in kind of a depressed area. So let me see here. Let me show you my lights. There you go. Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. Not bad. Not bad, right? What's up, Brian SoCal? What's up, my man? Eddie B, shout out to you. It worked, huh? Thank you. Game time. I'm so over McCarthy already. I mean, I wouldn't have ever have the team lay an egg. Sincerely, Coach Garrett. You got me. You got me. Thanks, Eddie. I forgot. Yeah. Thank you, Eddie B. I really appreciate it, buddy. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with McCarthy. All right, here we go. I can get to the chat here. Game time, yeah. A jock of chat was wild today about Jalen, but I can't argue when you watch. Listen, it's all 22. He's missing open guys. Twiz, the problem was he wanted to be the guy. You know what I'm talking about with the you know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about Michael Jordan. You know the flu game. He went off against Utah. If you didn't watch it live, or if you're too young, I'm sure you've heard about it. That's what he wanted to do. Eddie B. Jalen Hurts is definitely a game changer because they should have won that game. Yeah, they definitely should have won the game. The Hail Mary was dumb. They needed 3 yards and 2 times. Yeah, that was the thing. He tried to be a hero when he didn't need to be. I think if that game goes to overtime, they win. I really do. Game time, I think we need to put Parsons back in Mike linebacker. Willie, at certain things, but I don't know if you saw it. If you go to my live stream last night, or just go to Michael Parsons' his podcast, but I had it on at halftime of the Eagle game last night. I showed a little bit of his podcast where he says he did play. He did play. A call. Should could have. Well, yeah, right. Should have, could have, would have. I wanted to see Seth Joyner go off on Jalen Hurts. Michael Dana. So you watched that too, right? Yeah, I'm telling you. Seth Joyner's tired of hearing. He's tired of hearing from the trolls. But for any Eagle fan to turn on Jalen Hurts, shame on you. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not saying, listen, do what I do. Do what I do when it comes to Dak. I'm not going to blindly just say that Dak is the best. That's not how it is. Dak can be the best, and then Dak will struggle sometimes. But Dak's not the problem. Jalen Hurts is not the problem. But there's a lot of infighting with the Eagles right now. There's a lot of infighting with the Eagles. A lot of infighting. AJ Brown. You had Darius Slay saying something's off. Did you guys see that? Look it up. Google it. Darius Slay has since come out and said the defense isn't together. They're not working together. They don't communicate. He looks at a team like Dallas and how they pick each other up. So, that's what's going on. It's funny you say that because it kind of reminds me of what was going on with Dallas, early in the year. Buffalo aside, this generation is all about instant gratification. Teams that take time to build, QBs need the time to develop. CMC calling out our plays. Well, you see what they did in season. That usually never works. I thought the defense played actually. I thought the secondary played half decent last night. I mean, I joke around and kid around, but I actually think the Eagles secondary wasn't that bad. I do think there were guys open, but I don't think that Drew Lock was going to be able to get him to the open guy consistently. Drew Lock that was a couple miracle balls. Cowboys got to do a better job of freeing him up. Yeah, I agree, Eddie B. I definitely agree with that. Also, they need to help Terrence Steele really bad. Terrence Steele, there was a problem last night with this past game with T.J. Bass. He did okay, but it looked like it was like the play that I saw that Dak got sacked on. T.J. Bass fell down, and the guy came right by Terrence Steele. It looked like it was Terrence Steele's guy, but it wasn't. It was actually T.J. Bass's guy, and Terrence was in no man's land trying to guard two guys, which wasn't going to happen. Our defense played well enough to win. The OC or Sirianni needs to go. These are Jalen's progressions. Well, just like the whole. Well, I don't want to get that. Drew Lock was destined last night. I think if Geno was healthy enough to play, which I don't know why he was active if he wasn't. Yeah, exactly, Coyote. He'll be fine, but what they did, listen, other teams have tried to do that to Dallas, but everything worked out for Buffalo. They stayed disciplined and played a true zone, and we didn't take advantage of it. Did not take advantage of it. Lord Nova, I don't know, but now I'm hearing the media is questioning his work ethic. Think about that. So now we got his work ethic. He's trying to play a hero ball and be remembered for the game that he won on Monday night with the flu or whatever the hell he had, going deep instead of taking the open guy. They're calling him Jalen Wentz. I got news for you. Twiz, you can't do nothing with Jalen Hurts. His contract, you can't get out of it anytime soon. Why would you want to get out of it? He's a good football player. He could be great under the right circumstances. But he's taking a hit right now, and we'll see. They did, Brad. They had 2 timeouts left. I think the Eagles are messing up by changing things up this late. Yeah, Coyote, that's what I was saying about the defense. Now, the size stunk. I don't know that I would have actually publicly came out and did that. But this is that Howie Roseman analytics BS. I'm really shocked that Shaq Leonard went to the Eagles now, especially after seeing it. He's not staying on the field. Shaq Leonard would have seriously helped us in Buffalo, stopping the run. Shaq Leonard can't defend the pass, but against the run, like a team who's just going to do what they did to us, as far as the Bills, what time did this chat start? Crystal, it started about 24 minutes ago. I just did it real quick on my way home. What's up, Pioneer? Haven't seen you in a while. West Coast offense stalls, and the Cowboys and Eagles aren't talented enough to overcome it, but San Francisco does. Sorry, Crystal, I didn't get a chance to do a lunchtime live chat, so I left work and just started recording so I could do something. I wanted to have something up. I figure I'll go a half hour. I'm in my driveway now. I'm home. But yeah, I showed everybody my lights. Look, let me get out. There you go. My light. What's up, man, right? It's a little chilly out here, though. least I know I got Wi-Fi because I'm right outside my door. Thanks, JJ. I like the darker stuff. I don't really like that's blue and green, so I guess it's Eagles and Dallas. It's actually Seattle colors, baby. Go Hawks. Sorry. But yeah, I was just talking to my wife not to bring you guys down again, but she's like, her dad's dying, her stepmother's in the hospital. Our transmission just died in my Jeep. It's like, we're like, let's just get Christmas behind us. So, sad, but it is what it is. Yeah, your family's dealing with a lot. Yeah, Crystal, that's the way it works, though, right? Like when you think you're good, or when one thing happens, everything happens. So, is what it is. Don't say the Eagles fans will egg your house, Bobby. Right? I actually have an Eagle green house. You guys probably couldn't tell. That's a green siding. You see, like an idiot. My wife wouldn't go for the blue. I wanted blue. Now I wish I did have the blue. My ex of 8 years told me she was cheating on me on Christmas night, so the holidays are hard for me. Brad, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Who would admit to that on friggin' Christmas Eve? So, but yeah, what's up, Mark? I'm sitting in my driveway. I didn't have time to do a lunchtime chat, so I did one on the way home. I'm sitting in my driveway, getting ready to go in. My wife's on her way to the airport to pick up her sister because their father isn't doing well. My father-in-law. Mark, I saw that you texted. I didn't look at it yet though. Yeah, I didn't look at it though, Mark. So when I get off the live, I will. Because Prime Time texted me too. But yeah, so they're really coming down on the Eagles, and there's a lot of dissension. And I don't wish this on anybody. I'm actually surprised. You guys went to the Super Bowl. A.J. Brown's taken to Twitter. A.J. Brown has taken to Twitter, ripping the fans for coming. It's his fault. Everything's his fault when he's open. Who do you think he's talking to? He's talking to Jalen Hurts. They're calling Jalen Hurts Jalen Wentz. People are clamoring for Marcus Mariota, who friggin' stinks. Twiz, what I would say is, I'm not a Sirianni guy. Remember in the off season before the season started, once they lost Shane Steichen, I wanted Sirianni, who was an offensive guy, to take over the play calling. They bring in Brian Johnson, who's not qualified, people. I could care less that he coached Jalen's father. I think that's what it was. Or no. Jalen, I don't know. He has a relationship with Jalen's father. But Brian Johnson is not qualified. They're allowing analytics. You guys heard Philly 500. He actually shouted me out and said I was right. From what I was hearing from Jacob Sports and the people I trust around here, Howie Roseman is big-time analytics, basically telling Sirianni, you'll coach as long as you want, as long as you follow the analytics. Something that Doug Peterson wasn't willing to do. Doug Peterson was not willing to let the analytics drive his coaching style. They're actually using analytics to draw up game plans. This is not Game Time Brian saying that. This is people who are within the organization that are leaking shit out, and Philly 500 knows what I'm talking about, and he agreed with it. He agreed with Dan Salio, who has a podcast on Jacob Sports, who's an ex-NFL football player, played with Tampa Bay He played, I think, a year with the. He may play with the Cowboys, like 1 year or on their practice squad. It's game time, Brian. I hope they keep it that way. I love Eagles fans' misery. Lord Nova, I'm normally not that way, but last night, that last play, there's a guy who was such a prick on Thanksgiving. He texted me Thanksgiving night. Now, if anybody knows what I'm going through with my in-laws, what happened on Thanksgiving, I was at the hospital Thanksgiving night, or my wife was at the hospital Thanksgiving night with her mother who fell. Her father is dying. I got a text from this jackass Thanksgiving night who don't know nothing about what I'm going through or what my family's going through. Said, the Cowboys effing suck. You guys are frauds. You stink. Eagles are better. Yada, yada. And I said, yo, bro. I said, don't assume everybody's having a great day. One thing I've learned, and Mark will tell you the same thing. Don't assume that when you meet somebody don't assume everybody's having a good day, because we're all not having good days. Some days are good, some days are bad. But last night, this same guy with that Jackson Smith and Jigba, he's a diehard Eagle fan. A, the Eagles lost, basically. B, he lost fantasy playoffs because he was up 10, had a 99% chance of winning. With less than a minute to go, Jackson Smith and Jigba caught a bomb and lifted the other guy over him in fantasy. So take the high road, people. Take the high road. It's not worth dealing with it. Not everyone is having a good day, man. Sometimes, I'll be out there delivering and people will, like I had a guy give me a hard time today. I'm at this cluster box, right? There's 5 different boxes, and in each box there's 16 addresses. It's a big apartment complex. Kind of a lower income, a lot of older people. This dude is going off on me. I don't even have the mail in the box. And I'm like, sir, please, can you give me a minute to get the mail in the box? It's all mixed up. Yo, game time. I'm so over Mike. Oh, shout out to Eddie B. Thanks, my man. I can't read it, though. It's all jumbled. Sorry, man. I can't read it. Somebody copy and paste that. It's all friggin' jumbled. Unless that, you know what? It was probably from earlier. But I'll be able to go back and look at it. I'm definitely not having a good day. Our season, it's not over, Twiz. Stop. We hired JV coaches when we were Super Bowl roster. It's not over. It's not. I still think it's never as bad as it seems, and it's never as good as it seems. Eagles fans sure talk a lot. Karma is real. You never know what someone is going through. Yeah, JoJo, that's how I've learned that. Always be nice, man. I'd have a piece of paper in my pocket with I'm deaf written on it in case some freak person being crazy. Yeah, right? Going to my first Cowboys game, December 30th. Dude, Mr. Cowboy, it's a good game to go to. My buddy, who lives about 20 minutes from me, is going to Space Cowboys. He'll be at the game. The organization is turmoil, but I don't know how. It doesn't take long. Twiz, remember I said that? It doesn't. When you think everything's good. Sorry, but who says the Eagles have Super Bowl roster? Twiz, it's not for long is the NFL. It's not for long. I'm not saying you can't get back, but that Super Bowl, it should have been yours. That was the Eagles Super Bowl to win, and you should have opportunities for more. But you're starting to hit the injury bug. What's up, Nike 3? This team would be lucky to win one playoff game. Yeah, I think Eagles and Dallas are looking at that. I think if you get the second seed, that's the advantage. I'm hoping Dallas can somehow get to the second seed, which means, like I broke it down, it's very confusing, but it's simple as this. Dallas can lose either in Miami or in Detroit. Dallas could lose as long as they beat the Commanders. If Eagles lose one as well, Dallas jumps ahead of them with all the tiebreakers. That's crazy to me, but I just found it out. If you don't believe me, watch Talking Cowboys. That's a fact. Dallas could still lose either Miami or Detroit as long as we beat Washington. And if Eagles lose one, we probably have because I think the winner of the NFC East will be the number 2 seed. So if we're the number 2 seed, then we host that first playoff game, right? And then we avoid the Niners. And then we probably host the Eagles. Or if it's the Eagles, then you'll host Dallas. Twiz, we kept saying because y'all lost OC and DC, those, yeah, Willie, it's not that they lost them. Well, it is that they lost them. They went on to go on to head coaching jobs, right? They went on to be head coaches. They didn't fill them properly. You know, kicked Deuce Staley to the curb, and you treated him like shit when he should be here probably running the offense. I don't like a lot of moves that Sirianni did. Sirianni should be calling the plays. I told you guys that before the season. Sirianni should be calling the damn plays. That's what he does. Let me ask you, what do you think's going to happen when you play Arizona in 2 weeks? You think Arizona's going to try and win that game with all the fans and everybody talking shit about that D coordinator? He ain't calling the plays. Maybe he did last night, but he ain't calling the plays. Brian Johnson. Alex, watching the Dan Saleo show on YouTube, he's talking about that Christian McCaffrey was calling plays on TV on his couch. He goes, dude, that's absolutely scary. Yeah, it's Brian Johnson, Nike 3. It is. Well, I don't know. Matt Patricia hasn't done anything since he left Belichick and the Patriots. Yeah, I didn't get that move either. Yo, what's up, Troy? What's up, buddy? Count Sirianni, right? What's up, Ted Nasty? Everybody good? Lord Nova, keep the same energy after Sunday. Why, you think we're going to lose, Logan? We ain't losing. No, well, who knows, man. Nobody wants to win the NFC East. We lose, you guys know we lost. And you shit the bed. Nike 3, go watch Top Billin'. He breaks down Brian's offense. I'm excited that Dallas has another chance. Troy, hey, Troy, just think of this for a second. I was watching Talking Cowboys. Dallas can lose either in Miami or home against Detroit. Now, I don't think they're losing that game, but they could. As long as the Eagles lose one and we lose one, not being Washington, we win the division. That boggled my mind. Patricia reminds me of a fat Southside Chicagoan who chews tobacco. Yo, he ain't that big, though. Did you see him? He's felt. Lord Nova, you were better off working, man. That was a tough way to lose to a backup QB. The Cowboys are going to surprise a lot of people by beating Miami easily, I think. A lot easier than people think. And all of the sudden be back on the bandwagon. I like it, Eddie B, and I will be there for it. If Eagles lose one and we lose Miami, Coyote, we could lose another. It just can't be the Washington game, assuming the Eagles lose another. If we both win out, Eagles win the division. But if we both lose one, and as long as ours isn't Washington, it's ours. Ted Nasty, that's pretty funny. Willie Vassar, game time. What we have in our own favor is we don't lose back to back. Definitely, I agree. Everybody's giving way too much credence to Miami. Don't buy it. I say we need to pick up Sue for the playoff run. Alex Marino, I'm in on that. After watching that shit, sign me up. At least bring him in for a workout. If player acquisition really is 365 days a year, Catboy, go do something. Catboy, Mark, tell your boy to call Ndamukong Suh. Tell your boy. Pick up the bat phone and talk to Forehead's dad and tell him to sign it Ndamukong Suh. Kellen is very past happy. Hurts is not. Hankins is greatly missed. Yeah, but one player should not mean everything. I'm getting myself hoarse here. At this exact moment, I feel like 49ers and Bills are peaking and the best teams right now. Hankins and LVE, yeah. Yeah. People forget about LVE. I don't. People forget about it. LVE, Lord, is there any difference from what we are running? Maybe he will run more than 5 plays. Just remember, folks, Tua is one good hit away. Yeah, Eddie B, that's true. Get Ndamukong Suh or see if Michael Bennett wants to come back for a playoff run. Michael Bennett, his problem was he don't really play the run. I'd rather take Suh. Yes, that's why Troy Hagan. Everybody's saying we need an offensive lineman in the first round. I'm saying if there's a dominant linebacker, I'm fine with that too. Give me a linebacker in the first round, at least in the first 2 rounds. We need offensive line, linebacker, running back. You give me a running back in the 3rd round, I'm down. 3rd, 4th round, that's top. I would say 3rd round. Give me a linebacker in the 2nd round. Give me an offensive lineman in the 1st round, or vice versa. Give me linebacker in the 1st round, offensive lineman in the 2nd round. We could use a linebacker. You know who we could use? DeMarvion Overshown. So just remember, Eagles fans, he was going to be a beast for us. And the fact that we lost him and we lost Leighton Vander Esch, the Wolf Hunter, that's big. That's big. What we're doing on defense, even with the Bills, is amazing with our depth right there. And I forgot Stephon Diggs. Yes, we lost Diggs as well. So we need a thumper at linebacker. Yeah, man, that's what I'm looking at. That's why, I understand how our salary is going to work now. We need to go young there. We can't just pay everybody. We need we need somebody who can really play the run. Really play the run. Hopefully Mozzie's a year better. Don't give up on Mozzie. Mozzie will be a lot better next year than he is this year. Mozzie was a 2nd round talent. Let's be honest. Who needs to learn the pro game. What you can't teach that Mozzie has is pure brute strength. Mozzie's arguably the strongest guy on the team. He just needs to get better in the offseason. Don't give up on my man, Mozzie Smith. He'll be all right. He wasn't a 1st round pick. That's the problem. But he wouldn't have been there for us. The Chiefs wanted Mozzie Smith. So it is what it is. We move forward, people. We don't look back. We turn the page. We turn the page to Miami. Miami's big. Yeah, he don't like football. That I agree. He just likes hurting people that he can't do right now. Mozzie got a sack, maybe by accident. Yeah, I'm sure it was by accident, to be honest with you. But all right, everybody, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna go get a hot shower, eat something. I'll see what's up at Mark. I don't know if it'll be alive, but I'm off tomorrow, so look for me to do something tomorrow. Uh, they shit on me, Angelica. I like that. But all right, I will talk to everybody later. Peace out, everybody.